Good morning, friends. My name is Dhanunjay Reddy, and today I am going to start Indian government and politics, and uh, this will be again a free course. And every day from now, we are planning to make two videos. One is on paper two, and one is on paper A. So this is going to be an orientation class for Indian government and politics. And why I said this is orientation, because many people are asking me how to go ahead with political science and international relations as such. So by and then I will be releasing these orientation classes for each and every section individually. But as I am starting the Indian government and politics from this Monday, uh, I am going to give an orientation on how we should approach IGP in PSIR. So the slide that you are seeing is the books that you can refer for IGP. Particularly, no need to go through each and every chapter. You can do selectively. So these are the books that we followed apart from our traditional books that many PSIR students do follow. So this is a brief introduction, and this is going to be completely an orientation class for Indian government and politics and how to approach IGP as far as PSIR optional is considered. Now, we are making this series in the memory of our beloved grandfather who recently passed away and who made us to think about moralistic life and go through moralistic life. So, in memory of him, we are making this video. So, I thank my family members and my friends who have helped me and who has directed me to go ahead with a lecture of this type. So, let us go into the first slide. So why we have to study IGP in PSIR perspective? Why IGP? The question is, many people are asking why we have to study IGP per se now itself. Because if you look at political science and international relations syllabus, there are four sections, paper 1 and paper 2, and paper 1 is subclassified into section A and section B. In section A, we have political theories, and in section B, we have Indian government and politics. Similarly, in paper 2, we have section A and section B, where section A has comparative politics and theories of international relations, and section B of paper 2 is the application of the theories of international politics in the Indian relations with foreign states. So that is the application part of paper to section A. Section B is an application part. Similarly, we see here some application part of political theory and comparative politics in PSIR in IGP. So as such, why we have to focus first IGP? Because there are four sections, as I said. Every section has equal weightage in UPSC's syllabus. So what is that weightage that we have? That is 125 marks in mains, that is 25% of the syllabus. Yet this is the least focused section for from aspirants. While I was preparing for my mains also, I have given little attention to this IGP, so it has hurt me badly. So we focus very little, but given the amount of time that we keep here, the output is going to be very huge. Unlike political theory part, that is, we study PSIR starting from Western thinkers. In the Western thinkers itself, it takes a very lot amount of time. Say, for example, 10 to 15 days to cover all thinkers, particularly the Western thinkers, and again 10 days for IGP. That is Indian thinkers. So, which means for thinkers section only, we will be taking 25 days or 25 to 50 hours to study and to analyze the Western political thought thinkers. I am telling just thinkers, not the entire section A also. But in IGP, the time that we take is very less, very less, not even 50 hours. But the output is going to be 125 marks. That is one fourth of the paper is going to be IGP, and this can be covered very easily. So the priority is, as we are preparing for PSIR syllabus in UPSC, I always see UPSC in the perspective of marks. So this is one fourth of the marks, where the probability of the questions is going to be very dynamic, and our it is worth the time that we keep here rather than keeping on some other areas like Western political thought at first itself. Next, as we will be studying polity in GS paper 2 or for our prelims preparation also, we will be having certain basic idea about Indian government and politics, particularly the constitutional part in Lakshmikant. Every aspirant of UPSC will be going through that Lakshmikant. So IGP is has certain aspects of those political constitutional parts of Lakshmikant. So whenever we are preparing, it is very easy to comprehend, because unlike Western political thought, which requires a lot of brains to understand, and that was a very new subject to us, or unlike comparative politics or international politics, this subject or this paper or this section, this 125 marks, is very easy to comprehend, as we have been preparing for this section right from the beginning of UPSC preparation. And this can be also be useful in GS paper 2 section of our UPSC mains. That is the polity part we can cover. Majority of the polity syllabus will be overlapped here. And it is also useful for prelims perspective. Whenever we are reading in such detail, obviously it will be also be useful to prelims. And it is very dynamic in nature, in the sense the questions that have been asked in the previous questions, previous years, from this section, it is very dynamic. They are asking the evaluatory features of Indian government and Indian politics. So there will be much scope to articulate the answers, unlike the static answers. Like if they ask Plato's philosopher king or Machiavelli's prince, then automatically that they are going to be quite static. But compared to that static put, this is going to be very dynamic, and this gives us the scope to articulate the answers from our perspective, to express ourselves in the answer sheet, where we can get an edge compared to other students. So I think this is always a dynamic concept, and dynamics is always a best way to score good marks as far as articulation is considered. If you are good at articulation, and if we have basic knowledge about Indian government and politics and the evolving features, then definitely I think it is going to give you a much edge compared to other students. So this is the importance of IGP in PSIR. One is, it is just 1/4 of the syllabus, and then if we compare the ratio of the time that we keep and the output that we are going to get, within a very short span of time we are going to get it, and it is easy to comprehend, unlike the thinkers part, or unlike the theory part, or unlike the comparative politics part or international relations part. This is very easy to comprehend, given the previous preparation that we do with Lakshmikant or polity as such. And this can be also have overlapping effect or spillover effect, that I call in GS paper 2 in the polity section or the governance section, and then in the prelims also we'll have this spillover effects. And then the nature of the questions have been very dynamic, so we'll be having a scope for articulating our answers. The moment we are articulating the answers, we can show the difference between us and the rest of the aspirants. So this is the importance of IGP in PSIR. Now if you look at IGP syllabus, particularly the IGP syllabus in PSIR, many of us doesn't know where to start IGP, or how we have to look at the syllabus itself. So we can divide the entire IGP section into 3 parts. There are only 3 parts in the entire syllabus. One is about the historical aspects of Indian government and Indian politics, how they evolved. The second is about the constitutional aspects, or the structures of governance in the country. And the third one is about the politics that the country is seeing, and the various social movements that the country is seeing. So if you ask me, these are the only 3 sections. UPSC has given 11 subtopics in IGP, and more or less the questions are going to be, there will be almost around out of 20 questions, there will be 10 questions from these 11 subtopics. What do I mean by this? See, in order to prepare IGP, the first requirement is we should know the clarification, or we should have a very clear clarity on how the syllabus was classified, or how the syllabus can be framed in our mind. So we can frame the syllabus of IGP into 3 parts, only 3 parts. The subsections is, one is the historical part, that is the Indian nationalism, how Indian nationalism has played a very crucial role, and how our constitution was made, and what are the salient features of our Indian constitution. These are very, very historical aspects. As far as constitution is concerned, there is no such dynamicity. Then if you look at this thing, this I call it as principal organs of union government, the grassroots level democracy, statutory institutions and commissions, federalism. These are the features of the Constitution of India. So this is a structure that the Constitution of India provided. So the first thing is historical aspects. The second thing of the syllabus is the structure of the polity of the country, and the third one is about the politics. Indian politics, what are the various roles that Indian politics has been playing, and how, apart from political parties, how social movements are playing a part, and how this politics has been influenced by certain factors like the economic factors or the political factors in the country, developmental theories that we see in this chapter called planning and economic development, how planning and development of the country has went. This we can also see as a post independence development. And majority of this syllabus, again, it is not only overlapping with Lakshmikant syllabus, it is also overlapping with our modern history aspect also. So whenever we are preparing modern history for our prelims, obviously much of the portion will be covered there. So that is why I say, PSIR IGP part is very, very easy to prepare, given if we allot the time that it requires, then definitely the output is going to be very huge compared to other sections. So I am giving due merit to each and every section, but here IGP is one thing where we can, with our comprehensive analysis, we can finish the subject within a very short span of time, given that time is the only player which differentiates between the aspirants of UPSC. So syllabus, what I said, I just repeat again. Syllabus I have just said, the entire IGP is classified into only three parts. Only three parts. These are the three slides containing that three parts. So you can make a framework in your mind like this. One is the historical part, one is the structural part, one is the political part. And in politics, we have party systems and social movements. And what are the propelling factors for this, like economic development, political development in the country in the post-independent era. So this is what the syllabus is. Very simple syllabus, very simple way to comprehend, and easy. If you link this thing to political history of India, then definitely it is going to be very easy. If you are linking this to the Lakshmikant book, then definitely it is going to be easy. But let me remind you that PSIR as such, as it is optional, we have to go into some details, not just to our basic book of Lakshmikant. Yes, it requires certain special focus in order to have some special marks in the subject. So I hope you got what I mean by syllabus and what I discussed in the syllabus aspect. So this is what I discussed, and how it is going to benefit. What is the cost benefit analysis of the series that we are going to make here? First thing first, that is, those who are, many people are asking me to prepare videos for freshers of PSIR. Yes, the videos that we are making, we are keeping in mind of the freshers. Yes, this will be useful for the students who are preparing for PSIR for the first time, because we are going to have a clear analysis of each and every topic. And then for those veterans who want to use this COVID times more effectively, and they want to revise the syllabus of PSIR, then this series will be absolutely useful to you. The reason being, within a very short span of time, we are covering the entire syllabus. We have planned in that way. Our team has planned in that way. So then we'll give conceptual clarity. Then this is a statutory disclaimer that every institution provides. So I think that as far as whenever we are dealing the subject, they require certain conceptual clarities which everyone provides, not only us. Next, beyond conventional sources, let me remind you, I just said that IGP is just about, many people think about IGP just like Lakshmikant book only. No, this requires certain special focus. We require certain books where we can extract the material, and we require certain sources like the daily developments. If the book has been released by Pratap Banu Mehta or Mr. Yogendra Yadav, then we have to have an analysis of the book so that we can use the writings of that book in our answer writing. Otherwise, the our writing will be more rhetoric, or our writing will be more static. So this is what I said. What I say. So we will be going beyond conventional sources in order to bring the content here, and we will be trying to justify the static part with the dynamic part, and we will try to make concepts very clear from this perspective. And in detailed analysis, we'll be just not confined to the topic that was given. We will also be giving some detailed analysis of subtopics, and how, from where we pick these subtopics. Basically, we took this subtopics from the analysis of the past year question papers. The previous year question papers, based on that, we are dividing the subtopics, so we are taking the subtopics of each and every theory. And previous year questions analysis, yes, I will be doing this previous year question analysis, particularly from the year 2012 to 2020. This will be the focus areas, because it was only in 2012 that the syllabus of entire UPSC was changed. So This is the next thing, previous year question analysis. Every topic, whenever we are discussing, whenever we are taking a topic, I'll just go through the previous year questions, and then we can understand the nature of the questions. From that nature of the questions, we are going to come out with the preparation or with the topic, right? So my content will be, first I will be discussing the previous year questions, and then we will be analyzing those questions. We'll just not look at the questions, we'll analyze what is the nature of questions that have been asked from a separate section, and then we will be going to the content development for that section. And as far as this is considered, we are targeting to complete IGP in 25 days, because many of my teammates who are doing this, who are being involved in this, they are also preparing for UPSC this year. So we wanted to finish it as early as possible, so that it will be just like a quick revision for us. So we have set a target of 25 days for IGP, where every day we will be making, or we will be uploading one video in the morning session, or one or two videos as per the topic. So we are trying to have a 25 days target to complete the syllabus. I know this is very idealistic or utopian. It appears to be utopian to someone who might be looking at the syllabus and who knows the vastness of the syllabus. Yes, I do agree that we are being bit idealistic, but many people also suggested me not to give this time frame, don't give this commitment. But I believe personally, the moment we give commitments, we will be abide to that. And if it takes plus or minus 4 to 5 days, then definitely it is going to be an advantage to all of us, those who are making the videos and those who are listening the videos. So particularly this time framework we have fixed so that we can achieve our targets. But honestly, we are also not sure whether this is going to complete in 25 days or not, because this is our first lecture ever that we are making on PSIR. That disclaimer that we are making, but we will try to make it. That is what I can say now. So all the videos in this series, entire series that we are making in the YouTube channel, that is for free as far as PSIR point is considered, because this is in memory of our family members, and our family members are a part of this. So we decided to make these videos totally at free of cost. Whoever wants, they can come and listen, and they can listen at their free time also. And the videos will be uploaded in the morning session every day. We are coming out with we are planning from this Monday, this is Saturday, from this Monday we'll be coming out with 2 videos every day. That is, in the morning session we'll be making IGP videos, and in the evening session we'll be continuing with the series that we started. That is what is the series that we started? We started paper 2 videos, and we are almost done with the theories of international politics in paper 2. So there were 8 videos so far. So you can follow that one also. But I think, many people are not interested in paper 2, because theories of international politics as such is a very very dynamic, dry topic. In order to understand that, it requires some patience, and it requires some level of upgradation in our preparation. So, and the time that is what I am telling, theories of international relations has taken us a week, more or less 8 to 10 days to prepare the entire videos, just 4 topics, 4 subtopics in a topic. So this is what I say, that is the difference between paper 2 and IGP or other sections of PSIR when we compare with IGP. So we will be coming with our regular series of paper 2 in the evening session, and IGP particularly in the morning session. We are trying to cover this in the morning session. We'll be coming out with that plan. So this is a benefit I think that you are going to get out of this series. So this will be useful for first timers. It will be useful for those who want to revise within a very short span of time, and then we'll be studying beyond certain conventional sources like Lakshmikant. Then we require certain basic books like B.L. Fadia and Vidit Chakravarti book, the book that you have seen in the first slides, along with the Constitution of India like D.D. Basu. And when and where required, we have to also go through certain book reviews which are new, and we should also read some of the Hindu and Indian Express articles. We will be trying to cover as per the syllabus is required. And the best to source as far as IGP is concerned, particularly from the dynamic part of polity. From the dynamic part of polity, if someone asks me, the best source is in Insights. There is one issue, Insights IAS. This academy, they have come out with this secure synapses or secure questions. Every day they are keeping secure questions there. where they will be making, synopsis after every synopsis, and that synopsis will be available in monthly magazine format. So you can take GS2 synopsis of last 8 months or 10 months. You can sit for 2 days or 3 days continuously on the GS2 synopsis, particularly the quality governance aspects. And if you cover this, then definitely the dynamic aspect is going to be very clear to you, and then it is going to give a high edge. So if you ask me, this will be the best source as far as IGP is considered to start with, along with our Lakshmikant. And then Lakshmikant has its act as a basic book for GS paper 2. It acts as a basic book for our prelims. Yes, it acts as a basic book particularly for our PSIR also. But beyond this, we require some dynamic nature of the questions. That dynamic nature of the questions can be particularly found in inside Secure IAS questions. And then we can also have book reviews in the Hindu. If you just go and type book review, if you see book review section, book review section in the Hindu, then you just go through those books which was recently released by some authors who are very relevant to Indian government of politics. And that how you can choose the books. You can choose the books from the syllabus per se, whatever the syllabus has. If that is related, if the book is related some way to the syllabus, then definitely you can just go through the review of the book. I am not telling you to read each and every point of the book. So that will be the second source, or this will be the reference source. Particularly, I prefer always this one for dynamism. Our static books that we are preparing regularly, whatever the notes is, with due respect to Subramanian ma'am notes or GS core notes, whatever the notes that is available in the town, we can purchase them, or you can purchase them. You can read them. That is the basic. And yes, there are certain books that we have to go beyond. I don't prefer you to read many books now, because given the limited amount of time. So stick to your basic notes. Yes, I do give due respect to Subramanian's math notes, which is very very clear also. If you are reading it, if you want to purchase it, you can purchase through postal correspondence also from her institute. So that is one thing. The second thing is, as far as dynamic concepts are considered, inside Secure IAS is going to be the best thing. And the third thing is the book reviews of the Hindu. You can read. And if you are regularly following the newspaper for the past 1 year or 1.5 years, then definitely I think you'll be having idea about certain authors like Pratap Bhanu Mehta in the Indian Express, or Yogendra Yadav. He will be writing the articles, or else you just go and type the names of these authors. Whenever we are discussing in the class, we will be telling the authors' names also. You can just type them in the Google, and you can read their articles. So this is what this will be useful. And beyond Lakshmikant, we are going to have. And what we are focusing is, in order to complete this within 25 days. I know it is very challenging, but I am thinking to make this in a different perspective, like not like a regular feature where we will be discussing from scratch to the top. No, this will not be like that. We'll be particularly focusing on marks. I said that. So what would be my approach is, as far as this point is considered, as far as IGP is considered, I'll be taking a topic in this format, that is the syllabus. There are 11 topics on 3 parts. I'll take one part at a go. I'll discuss the previous year questions and how the nature is related. Say for example, if the syllabus is, if I am going to deal this caste, religion, ethnicity in Indian politics, it has certain linkages with the party system, that is the trends in electoral behavior. So electoral behavior and this point is also interlinked, and developmental process and this point is also linked. So the moment we understand the previous year questions, I think we can understand how is the interlinkages of the questions have been framed. So this will be the first line of discussion in my discussions from now on, as far as IGP is considered. And the second point of discussion that I am going to focus would be, I'll be telling you the scholars whom we have to write, because many people will be facing this dilemma of who are the scholars, who has written what books. So I'll be mentioning the scholars at one go, in one slide or in 2 slides. I will be mentioning the scholars, and then based on their perspective, we'll try to apply in different perspectives. That we will see in the coming classes. Hope this is the orientation that we wanted to give, and this is the way where we wanted to complete the entire IGP in the next 25 days. You keep following us, and if you have any questions, you are free to post to my email ID, or there is a Telegram group that we have created. You can also participate in that, and you can post the questions whenever there is time. Our team will be following you, and our team will be answering you the questions. And yes, as this is not live sessions, we are uploading the videos. We will be trying to come out with the live sessions also during weekends like Sundays or Saturdays to answer your questions. So this will be our approach. And the entire theme of this video making, as far as we are considered, the only theme is, we wanted to complete the entire syllabus, particularly 80% or 75% of the syllabus. I am not sure whether we are going to cover Western thinkers because it takes much time, as I just said now. But the rest of the syllabus, if we keep Western thinkers and Indian thinkers aside, the rest of the syllabus we are going to try to cover within the next 30 to 45 days. So that is our strategy and that is our target in order to complete this PSIR. Hope you are liking our videos. If there is any comments, please give your feedback so that we can also be keep on improving ourselves. And do share these videos to your friends who are in require of PSIR syllabus, or who are in requirement of free videos for PSIR. So I thank you for giving me this opportunity. We will be meeting this Monday with the first topic that we are going to come out in IGP. So thank you friends. Have a nice day.